Hey guys, it's Craig Layfield with Johnson City Ford Lincoln, and today, like I promised, we're going to take another look at the Lincoln Continental, get a little bit more in depth about some of the things that make it truly unique, and there are some awesome things that do that. So I'm very, very excited to check it out. Let's dive in. All right, now one of the things that I absolutely love about the Continental is its design, the detail of the design, and you can really see it even in the wheels here. Now you have several wheel choices, but this one is the 20-inch model. And you can see it's got different colors. You've got the darker and then the light out here, just to give that the accent, that classy, beautiful look. And throughout the Continental, really, you have a sleek, detailed design keel. And looking down the side, you can see it's just very, very sloping, long, beautiful lines. You've got your beautiful chrome accents. And this just shows you the kind of detail that they put into the design of these things. They thought about the mirrors. They were like, hey, when we're looking at the mirrors, do we want to just have an arm holding the mirror out here? They said, no, we want it to look even more beautiful. So they have a platform that the mirror sits on, and this mirror can fold in. It just adds to that sleek, gorgeous design that the Continental has. Another thing that I absolutely love, and we talked about this a little bit in my last video, but the E-latch design in the handles removes any handles, removes anything from the doors, so the door is even more sleek. And actually, the E-latch handles are something that I've gotten quite a few questions about. Not just about how exactly do they work, and they're mentioning how beautiful they are, but one of the questions that I get a lot is, well, what if my battery dies? How do I get into a car with an electronic handle? And if you watched my previous video on how to get into your car if your battery dies, you may be thinking, well, maybe there's a cover and there's a door lock in here, something like that. Lincoln actually does things a little bit different because Lincoln is very unique in the way they do things. So it's a really cool, and it's a hidden little gem. But just like before, you slide your key out here, and this right here next to your Continental symbol, there's a little square. All you have to do is slide your key right into there, and that's how you unlock your door. And so it's just a neat little thing, again, making the design sleek and paying attention to those close details. Now let's check out the inside. All right, so normally when you're checking out a car, you don't think to sit immediately in the back seat, I don't think, but in the Continental, I just had to, because even though the Continental is definitely a driver's car, it is fun to drive. At the same time, it is a rider's car. These cars were designed for people in mind who use chauffeur services. It's just incredible, the back seat. So, the next time you get an Uber, just hope they show up in a Continental, because these things are awesome. And let me explain to you why. First of all, I'm in the back seat, and my seat is massaging my back as we're sitting here. It's got heated, cooled, massaging back seats, and tons of space. And in fact, if I wanted more space and this seat up here is too far back or something like that, I have controls for it. So I can adjust this seat back and forth from the back seat, which is cool. Now it's only on this side. You can't, as a driver, you can't have the person behind you messing with your seat. But if this passenger needs a little bit more room, they can actually adjust the seat in front of them, which I think is a really cool feature. Like I said, you have massaging seats, you've got lumbar support, you've got 3 different levels of lumbar support here. Plus, you have your own center console here. You've got controls for your media, you've got controls for your climate. Now, on this particular model, you do have a tri-zone climate, so you've got the 2 front zones for the front passengers, but you also have the back. The seat has its own climate controls as well, which is really cool. You also have storage here, and this is kind of just neat. You've got your cup holders that pop right out. And another thing that I really like is the fact that I've got the moonroof controls. And so if I wanted to open up the moonroof, all I have to do is hit that button. I also have controls for the rear shade, and if you look over here, you've got the rear shade coming back, and again, just the button right there. And why that is if it's going to be too bright, say I'm working on something on my laptop or something like that in the back seat, and I don't want anything glaring on me, I've got my shade for my passenger window here, I've got my moonroof shade and my rear shade controls all at my disposal. And so I've got tons of room back here. It's very, very spacious. I've got a very comfortable seat. It does recline. I've got adjustable headrest as well. And so just in every way, Lincoln has thought of the rear passenger and how they can make the rear passenger much more comfortable as well as the front. And I also want to check out the front seats, so let's switch things around and check that out as well. So up front, again, you have really comfortable seats, and that's due primarily to the fact that these are 30-way adjustable seats. You've got controls over here. You've got I could probably do a video on just the seats themselves, but you've got a power adjustable headrest. You've got reclining. You've got, you know, every possible adjustment. You even have controls for your thigh extenders. You have 2 separate thigh extenders here, your right and your left, and they can come out depending on where you need or where you prefer to pivot your legs. So really cool feature there. Now, up here, you can also see the different ways you can adjust the lumbar and different things here. So you've got 3 different lumbar supports, you've got your side supports, and then you've got your hip side supports. And so you have just an incredible amount of ways you can adjust that seat. And it makes it so it fits to you. It fits to whatever, however you need to sit, however you like to sit, however your body is shaped, it's gonna fit to you. And it makes it so that the driver has an extremely, and the front passenger have extremely comfortable and enjoyable rides. And so that's one of the things that I really love about being up front in the Continental. Another thing, of course, and we went over a lot of the technology in my previous video on the Continental, so I'm not going to get too in-depth into that just because it's technology we've already looked at. But you do have Sync 3 that makes your life easier. You've got an enhanced active park assist. You've got the 360-degree camera system. You've got the navigation, My Lincoln Mobile. I mean, I could literally just try to list off a million things and still take 5 minutes to do it. So you've got tons of technology on here that makes it easier for the driver. One technology I don't know if I mentioned the last time is the auto hold. It's a really neat feature. You push that button there and it turns it on. But basically, when you're driving, if you come to a complete stop and you don't want to have to keep holding onto the brake pedal, as long as that auto hold is on, it will actually keep your car stopped. It's a pretty cool feature. And then the other big thing that really stands out to me on the Continentals as being completely different than anything else in the Lincoln lineup is the way that it controls the back display up here. And you'll notice that they used to have like the 4 arrows and the OK button in the center. It's a bit different now. If you want to change anything on your display, you hit the display button right here, and then you use this to toggle up and down, and then you actually push that in to hit OK. And so you can actually adjust your display here, and you can see that it's completely digital display. It's really cool. So I can come down, move around, I can hit OK on fuel economy. You've got your digital speedometer, you've got your arrows for your lane keeping system, you've got your RPMs that are also digital. You've got a digital, and you can't really see it, but that 0 to 160 is actually really your speedometer as well. And as you're driving, it lights up. It's really cool. And so you've got a lot of really neat things and neat features in these. The way that they're designed is, again, just set up to be stand apart, unique, and extremely convenient. And so those are some of the things that sitting up front you notice immediately about the Continental. Again, an incredibly fun vehicle to ride in, to drive in, and to use. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, any thoughts, anything that you saw that you want me to explain further, please leave that in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much and have a great day.